This is a case of MCWs, or meal cold weather. The MCWs are designed especially for serving in Arctic conditions or anything really below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The MCW was developed to replace the RCW, or the ration cold weather, and each meal contains approximately 1,600 calories. This case is notably lighter, with 12 meals only weighing about 15 pounds. The reduction in weight is achieved by having the mains in each menu being freeze-dried. All right. Box is a little banged up, but that's FedEx for you. I'm just glad they got it here in one piece. I noticed that some of the other reviews said that similar things happened to their packs, where it looked like it had gone through a tornado. Well, let's get into it. That glue is serious business on this. I remember I always wanted to get a case of these, or at least get one of these meals, pretty much just because of that alluring white package. It's the only ration I can come up with that has a white bag like that. Anyway, let's see what we're dealing with. This is menu number 1. That's beef stroganoff with noodles. Menu number 2, that's a chicken fajita bowl. Menu 3, chili and mac with beef. Menu number 4 is a home-style chicken noodle casserole. Menu 5, chicken and rice. Chicken and biscuit dumplings with vegetables. Right off the bat, you can see that because of the method they use to package these with the freeze drying, it really enables them to do a wider variety of food, and they can add more vegetables and stuff because they don't have to make it exactly shelf stable because the freeze drying takes care of all of that. Number 7 is your beef stew. 8, spaghetti with meat sauce. 9, rice and chicken, Mexican style. Menu 10, scrambled eggs with cheese, Western style. 11, scrambled eggs with bacon. And menu 12, last but not least, a breakfast skillet with pork sausage. All right. Let's grab one of these and see what we can get into. All right. Here I got that menu number 1, the beef stroganoff and noodles. Comparing it size-wise, same bag dimensions, but you can see the size it takes up is a lot smaller. This thing's just about 2 pounds. This one, less than 1. Like I said, I've been waiting to get my hands on one of these for a pretty long time. It's a peanut butter dessert bar. That sounds pretty good. Cheddar cheese pretzels. Essentially combos, if you know what those are. Beverage base orange. Chocolate protein drink. accessory pack. Things are kind of glued together inside of that. I wonder if it was like a packaging issue or something. Creamer, that's going to go in the chocolate protein drink. Matches. Sugar. Wet nut. Bill's brew. Toilet paper. Saltpeter. And some Tabasco. It's cool to see they're still using this. I forgot to mention, this pack is relatively pretty fresh. 177th day, 2024 on this accessory packet. Spoon. In the main. It's a Mountain House Pro Pack beef stroganoff. 27 grams of protein, 600 calories. I think first things first, let's just dive right into this guy, take a look at it. Smells really good. Correct. That's just going to sit there for about 5 minutes. Let's take a look at some of this other stuff. Cheddar cheese pretzels. Like I said, these are essentially just combos. You can't go wrong. I don't think I've ever had something so fresh, like ration wise. That is unbelievable. I'm gonna try a chocolate protein drink with the non-dairy creamer. Just because I've never had one of these that's actually like fresh and like before the expiry date. It's not completely mixed, but it's a lot more mixed than it usually is. And I call that a win. While I have that broken out, I'm gonna break the rules. I'm gonna open dessert. Because that peanut butter dessert bar might go real good with that chocolate drink. Ooh, it's kind of like melted to the package a little bit. Look at that guy. The package smells like really sweet peanut butter. See how that goes. No, the thing that comes to mind would be to say that it's like waxy smooth. It doesn't have an intense peanut butter flavor, but it definitely tastes like sweet peanut butter. It's very much a relaxed tasting dessert bar. It's not in your face, which is relatively pretty pleasant. Let's try this. Now I have to say, that is better now that it's fresh. Gotta use some of this toilet paper to wipe my mustache though. That is one thing to consider if you're about to drink one of those protein drinks. It gets all up in your mustache. The toilet paper always smells so minty because of that gum. You know, the saltpeter gum. Let's eat some more of these combos. Growing up, I was always a huge fan of the combos, especially the pretzel ones. The other baked ones, they're just not in the same race, let alone the same weight class. I think it's been just about long enough. Let's look at that Pro Pack Mountain House Beef Stroganoff. For what starts off as a 4.6 ounce portion before you add water, that is unreal. The portion size is impeccable. That is a very large, inviting meal. It smells like home cooked beef stroganoff. These things are not made to military spec or mil spec, which to anyone in the know just means to the lowest bidder. Look at those mushrooms and noodles. Bits of real beef in there. All right, let's give this a try. The noodles are so good. Those are the best noodles you're going to get out of any ration ever, because they don't have to be made shelf stable after being cooked. They don't need to be made in any certain way. They're just regular noodles that are freeze dried, and they reconstitute perfectly. The beef itself is very inviting. It's perfectly seasoned, has a very good spice blend in the mix and the gravy that's in there, along with the mushrooms that actually come through. You can taste all of the ingredients in this. You can taste the noodles. They don't have a weird texture. You can taste the beef. Again, no weird texture. And the same with the mushrooms. And to be able to actually taste the mushrooms, that just goes and sells it right there. All the sodium content in this entire pack is going to be found right in this main. I forgot to mention it, but in the accessory pack, they don't even include a pack of salt. Salt is a whole lot less necessary for when you're in the Arctic area versus if you're in the desert. So, all in all, my first impressions of the MCW that I've waited X amount of years to get my hands on. Menu 1, that beef stroganoff. Fantastic. Well worth the wait. If you have the means and a way to get your hand on these, I would highly suggest it. These MCWs really stand out from normal MRE individuals They stand out from First Strike Rations, from even some international 8-hour menus. The variety that you're getting, as we'll see once we cover some other menus, is a lot wider than normal menus, especially with the mains. When we were pulling those menus out of the box and getting a look at each individual main out of the 12 menus, you can see that they just have creativity to go, and you can see a whole lot more than just, spaghetti with meatballs, spaghetti without meatballs, meatballs and no spaghetti. Literally 3 different menus right there on the USMRE lineup. There's just a bankruptcy in the creativity department over at Warwick Foods. I don't blame them. It's hard to make shelf stable food. I highly suggest getting a case of this yourself and diving in and seeing what all the fuss is about. If you stay tuned, we're going to be diving into a couple more of these menus. I don't know how many videos I'm going to make about the MCW. I still have a video coming up for menu number 1 on the humanitarian ration. I think I have a first strike coming in the mail at some point, and we'll see if I win some bidding war on a couple different 24-hour rations that I got my eye on. But you know the deal. eBay's kind of a lawless land sometimes. So, as always, stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. All right, take care.